This is the New Low Newscast. I am Kobe Saldo, and this is
MC Graham.
And we have some domestic news for you. It's not really news, most people have known about it for a week, but we have stuff to say about it. On May 1st, May Day, there were immigrants' rights protests all over America, and I support immigrants' rights, but my problem with this is that they call, when they don't go to work on May Day, a strike. And it's not a strike, it's just a day off of work.
Wait, by that definition, didn't you go on strike today? Oh, okay. Alright.
Anyway, it's not a strike. When you strike, a strike is when you do not work until your demands are met. Now, if the immigrants actually did that, if they stopped working on May Day, their rights would have already been met, they would already all be citizens, but they're not going to do that. I don't know why, because they have some sort of work ethic. That's what they call it.
I've never had that, so I don't really know where they're coming from.
Yeah. Either way.
Anyway, in other news, about the bill that was passed recently, or attempted bill recently about an end date for the war in Iraq. This bill was passed by Congress as a sort of a rider on a military spending bill that Bush promised he would veto, and then a couple days ago, made true to his promise, maybe about once or twice in his life, and so then he was like, putting a date on withdrawal is like putting a date on failure. And I would go as far as to say that when Bush took office, that was setting a date on failure. Or even when Reagan took office was setting a date on failure, maybe 1776 sometime was setting a date on failure.
Right, I think the first U.S. president set a date for failure.
Yeah, and it's funny that Bush, when he was doing this, is called the Congress unpatriotic, un-American, not supporting the troops, leaving the troops out to dry. And what he's effectively doing is pointing a finger at them, being like, you guys are un-American, you guys are unpatriotic, you guys are going against this country. When in actuality, that's kind of like the pot calling the kettle black, maybe. I think that's the way the phrase goes.
I've never heard that in my life.
You've never heard that in your life. Anyway, so Bush is doing this, but what he should be doing is doing one of these, or maybe he should just make it like a Christmas card or something like that him and the Congress and the Supreme Court can all do.
It'd be a big picture.
Yeah, it'd be a huge picture, like all in front of the Capitol, kind of doing one of these and being like, "Hey, America, from Washington, with love, go fuck yourselves."
Well, like that card my grandmother sent me.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Anyway, so now we have another segment for you, which is. Get your hands in the air for a special report. Get your hands in the air for a special report. Motherfuckers, you know it's a special report. Get your hands in the air for the special report. On this week's special report, we're going to be talking about the Democratic National Debate. I'm going to go over a couple candidates, tell you what I thought about them. You've probably seen the debate on C-SPAN, YouTube, or maybe on MSNBC if you're that much of a loser to not have anything to do on the night that it actually came out. Alright, the first candidate I'm going to look into is Hillary Clinton. Now, a lot of her followers say that she's going to be the first woman president, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say she'll be the first female president, but she'll never be the first woman president. I do not think femininity when I see Hillary Clinton. I think Arctic, snow, ice queen, icicles, all, cold winter, cold Siberian winter when I see her. So she'll never be the first woman president, and I think that's an opinion shared by many people out there. The second candidate I want to go over is one, probably everybody's golden boy, which is Barack Obama. And I don't know about you, yeah, he's a pretty likable guy. But when I see Barack Obama, I think one thing, and that's twink. He just looks like somebody who would be in a gay porno. Probably one of those gay pornos where the guy's not having sex with anybody, just standing alone, jerking off, and then after 3 minutes he shoots his load. I see Barack in that role and not in the role of the commander in chief. The second or the third candidate I'm going to look into is Edwards. And he has the potential to be a very important, maybe populist candidate. He comes from working class roots in South Carolina. But I don't know about you, but he just looks like a pretty boy. He just looks like one of those guys that soccer moms fantasize about after they drop their kids off at swimming practice. They kind of put him in their mind, put him and his $400 haircut in their mind as they relax and forget about their annoying kids and their pointless marriage and their husband who can't get it up. So I'm not sure I want someone who has that much of a sway over the people being in the White House. All right, the fourth candidate is Dennis Kucinich, also known as the Flower Child. And I don't know about you, I don't like this guy just because he looks like a rat. He just looks like he just kind of chew on your arm and not really, lead the country. And so I don't know where everyone's getting off, kind of rooting for him. And the fifth candidate, which is my personal favorite, is Mike Gravel, who is probably in all rights and in all likelihood completely senile. But I think right now we need a senile candidate. Because look where non-senile candidates have gotten us. You know, a bunch of shit. I mean, we should branch out. Do something different. You know, kind of experiment a little bit. You know, think outside the box. And one issue that a lot of candidates brought up that I think is particularly important is about the war in Iraq, about how we have all these, like, I think 5 or 6 candidates who are on the stage, all voted for the war in Iraq, and now they're coming back being like, aw, shucks. I didn't mean to, you know, hit my $400 billion, 60,000 American wounded, 3,000 American dead baseball through your window, Mr. Neighbor. I'm really sorry. I mean, this is a fucking Iraq war we're talking about. We're talking about invading another country, and they're acting like you're forgetting to, you know, pick up a 30-pack of Bow on your way to your friend's house. That's what they're acting like this is. I think, like Mike Gravel, that anyone who voted for the Iraq war is not fit to hold office. So, to sum up all this, I'm going to go over 7 key points that we at the New Low think are most important in this upcoming presidential election. The first is fuck the IRS, because what do they do for you? The second is fuck gun control, because what has that done for us? The third is fuck Iraq, not the people, but the war, because all it's done is driven this country into the ground. The fourth is fuck intelligent design. Hopefully it'll rest in peace for the till the end of days, but maybe not. That should never be taught in schools, because it's not only... It's just not science or bad science. The fifth is fuck nukes, because I want to live to be 30. You know, like most Americans, I want to live, you know, to think about having kids. Maybe not actually having kids, but to think about having kids. The sixth is fuck pretty boys, because I don't want soccer mom fantasies running this country. And the seventh is don't tread on me. And that's the most important one. So when you go to the ballot box, don't think who would fit the best in my midday fantasy. Think, don't fucking tread on me.
News from somewhere else.
Alright, this is news from somewhere else, and we're going to go over 2 news stories today, because
Is that all that happened?
that is all that's fucking happened. The first one is that Hugo Chavez threatens to nationalize private banks and Venezuela's largest steelmaker just days after nationalizing private oil. And you know what else did the New Low say to that?
Go for it.
Fucking go for it, man. Just go for the gold. See how many you can nationalize in like the next couple weeks. I mean, reach some Nike level, just do it, like, you know, shit of communist fucking expansion.
Communized Texas.
Communized Texas?
Antarctica.
The
oceans.
Fucking the UK? Who the fuck cares about those limey bastards?
Yeah, just stop, show it right up and communize the whole thing.
The whole thing. It'll be great. You'll get out of the record books. Granted, those haven't been also communized by, but, you know.
Right,
either way.
okay. Anyway, the second story is a very amusing one. An Australian senator named Bill Heffernan has caused controversy by asserting that the Labour Party leader, Julia Gillard, could not understand the public because she has no children. Now,
damn.
Yeah. And this has been asserted about a lot of female leaders.
Condi Rice, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Condi Rice.
Just name one.
But what I'm saying, although Condi Rice is not, is that these women are the next step, next level. Okay? Now,
Don't have kids.
don't have kids. Women do not have children. We will love you more. I promise you. Okay? Adopt kids if you really want kids. Don't adopt kids. Don't have kids and don't raise kids, okay? Now, would you rather have sex with the Labour Party leader, hot Labour Party leader, even though I haven't seen her, Julia Gillard, who's, you know, very, you know,
Probably in good working order.
right, good work. Anyway, or would you rather have sex with that broodmare, Barbara Bush? No, you would rather have sex with a woman that hasn't had children.
Fuck you, fuck him, and fuck her shit too. Fuck you, fuck him, and fuck her shit too.
Hello, welcome to this week's edition of Argumentum Ad Hominem. The person we're gonna be fucking with today is this guy named Venom Fang X. First off, Venom Fang X? That's pretty fucking sweet, don't you think? For it showed! Alright, this guy starts off saying that evolution degrades the value of human life by saying that we're from monkeys. You know what? I can practically see this motherfucker rattling at his cages and throwing shit when he goes off on a tangent about this. Evolution is an evil lie from Satan! Evolution is an evil lie from Satan! What a fucking bitch! What a fucking bitch! The next thing he does is say, you know what? Evolution has caused society to go downhill. We should fucking take it back to the good old days. What good old days? When has mankind ever had a fucking good old days? You mean back when black people were enslaved and women couldn't vote? Back during the Inquisition when you could get killed for not being a Catholic? Before that, in the Israeli theocracy where if you were a woman and you didn't cry help when you were being raped, you would be stoned to death? What the fuck?
Hey, Venom Fang X, I got a question for you. Is it hard being that fucking stupid?
Apparently fucking not. You know what, Venom Fang X? We hope you fall off someplace really tall, preferably a cliff,
and that your family dies in a fire.
You know what? Us at the New Low, we don't like you, we don't like your video, we don't like intelligent design, and we sure as hell don't like your bullshit fucking religion. So you know what? Fuck you.
And there's nothing scientific about creationism.
Beast of the week.
This week's beast is Lysander Spooner, who was an American anarchist who competed with the post office on grounds that it was an illegal monopoly, and I think he was correct. He was in a jury nullification, which means that if the jury finds a law ridiculous or unimportant, they can decide the person is not guilty. And he was an early abolitionist, meaning he wanted to abolish slavery. Look him up on Wikipedia, Lysander Spooner.